Hello, everyone. Once again, I'm Pastor Harris, and this is TCC Online. Today is part 2 of our series, Locked on Jesus. And we take a look at the book of Acts, the first chapter, and verse 10, and it says, while they looked steadfastly toward heaven as he went up. Okay, Jesus, of course, ascending into heaven. And the disciples locked on Jesus. They couldn't take their eyes off of what they were looking at. We're talking about a man standing on the ground and then begins to float. And he goes up. And he goes up. I don't know about you, but I would have locked on. I would not have taken my eyes off him. I'm sure my chin would have been on the ground, watching a man just go up and ascend all the way, and these guys were locked on him until he disappeared. And so our title, Locked on Jesus. And in our world today, with the killings, the craziness, the political mayhem, and everything else, and you take all of that instability, and then if you have some things going on personally, I've always taught there's your personal things, and then of course 2, there's our country, and then 3, there's the world, planet Earth. And as an intercessor, I always pray for all 3. I pray for people individually, personally. Next, I pray for my country, because that's what the Bible tells us to do. And then, of course, I pray for planet Earth. Okay, it's time to get into what does it mean to be locked on. And the word steadfast, the Greek definition, means to be fixed in a direction. Locked in a direction. And the direction that these men were fixed on, that they were locked on, was Jesus. Okay? And I think about the building of Tacoma Christian Center. We were locked on Jesus. That was the direction that we went. What are the characteristics of Christ? He loves. He forgives. He teaches. He fellowships. And the fellowship part is something that a lot of folks, they miss out. Jesus fellowshiped. I mean, he's had the disciples. He had other key families. People know about Martha and Mary and Lazarus, and Jesus was about love and teaching and praying and forgiveness, but he was also about fellowship. And so when I locked in on Jesus, we brought that concept into the direction that we were going to go in building ministry. And of course, 41 years later, the success was for everybody to see. It worked. What am I saying to you? When you lock onto Jesus and you go in that direction, then you know that success is going to happen. Success will follow. The blessings of God will flow. Okay? The peace, the tranquility in the midst of the storm will be there. You think about how many of you have gone through things, but you were locked on Jesus. You didn't have a heart attack. You didn't have a stroke. Okay, your nerves are not shot. You're still of sound mind. You're not in a mental facility. In the craziness of this world, especially at this time, you're still doing good. Can you say amen? And that's because you lock on to Jesus. Jesus is fixed in your heart and in your mind. This is the direction that I am going. Yeah, over there, this happened, this was negative, this was bad, but for me, I'm locked onto Jesus. Okay, once again, fixed in a definite direction. That's where my mind is, that's where my heart is, my emotions I'm tied into, and my entire being is locked on Jesus. All right, blessings to you. We encourage you to take this, apply it, and have a great day.